Hi, my name's Ryan and this is RXM, my 2016 Audi RS3. So I've owned this car for just over 12 months now, and over that period of time I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks that I didn't know when I first got the car. So I wanted to make a video just to showcase a couple of these, so let's dive straight into it. So the first thing I wanted to show you just has to do with the central locking on the car. So with a lot of modern day cars, you can just have the key in your pocket, approach the car, touch the door handle, and as you heard, the car just automatically unlocks. Now the Audi RS3 is obviously no different in that regard, but one thing that I did pick up over time was that you can actually lock the car in the very same way. So if the car is unlocked, you can just lock it by touching the small square on the outside of the door handle, and as you heard, the door is now locked. So the next thing I wanted to show you just has to do with the key and the windows and sunroof on the car. So you can actually open and close the windows just using the key itself. If you hold the unlock button on the key for 3 seconds, you'll actually roll down all the windows and open the sunroof. To close the windows and the sunroof, you just do the opposite. Hold the lock button on the key for 3 seconds, and you'll roll up all the windows and close the sunroof. So the next thing I wanted to show you just has to do with the climate control in the car. This is one thing that I didn't know at the very start. So the climate control in the car is actually a split system. So you can have the passenger side different to the driver's side, and each of the temperature dials adjusts each one separately. You can actually synchronize these so that when you change one dial, it'll change both of them at the same time. So to synchronize them, if they are unsynced, all you have to do is hold in the AC button on the right hand side and the auto button on the left hand side for about 1 or 2 seconds, and they'll automatically sync to the same temperature. So when you adjust one dial, it'll actually adjust both temperatures to be the same. Now to go back to have this independent on the passenger side and the driver side, you just have to do the exact same thing. Hold in the AC button and the auto button together, and that'll unlock them, and now both of the controls will be independent to each other. So some people may not know this one. So if you take a look under the driver's seat, there is actually a plastic compartment that can be opened up. Inside from the factory, it generally contains a red bag, which is actually an Audi medical kit. So the next thing I wanted to show you has to do with the side mirrors on the car. So with the Audi RS3, it actually does have automatically folding in and out mirrors. So for the mirrors to automatically fold in, all you have to do is have the car in park and stopped, and you press the lock button, and the mirrors will automatically fold in. Now, you may not want this to actually happen, so you can actually turn this feature on and off through the Audi settings on the MMI. So if you wanted to maybe take some photos of the car, or you've taken the car to a car show and you don't want the mirrors to automatically fold in when you do lock the car and sort of walk away, you can actually turn that off so the mirrors stay unfolded when the car is locked and turned off. So I'm just going to show you how you can turn on and off the folding mirror option through the Audi MMI settings. So just go over to Car, and then into Car Systems, into Vehicle Settings, down into Central Locking, and then you'll see at the bottom the fold mirror option. Now, when it's ticked, it means that the fold mirrors are on. So when you lock the car, the mirrors will fold in, and when you start the car, the mirrors will fold out. To turn it off, all you have to do is click in the dial on the console, and that will untick the option. And that means that when you now lock the car and turn it off and walk away, the mirrors will stay unfolded. Just wanted to quickly go over the controls on the ventilation for the air conditioning. So this may be an obvious one, but you can open and close the vents using the silver dial on the outside. If the black notch is pointing up, that means that the vent is open. To close the vent, you just have to twist it to the right so that the notch is pointed to the right-hand side, and that now means that that vent is closed. Now you can also adjust the width of the airflow coming out of the vent with the silver ring on the inside. If you pull that silver ring outwards as far as it can go, it's actually going to have very straight and directional airflow from that vent. You can widen that airflow by pushing the silver ring in, and now that will actually give you a very wide airflow out of that particular vent. So with the Audi RS3, you do have the ability to dip the mirror, which is especially useful when parking against a curb. So you can see where the gutter is versus where your wheels are, so you don't scratch your wheels or anything like that. Now, in Australia, we park on the left-hand side of the road. So the mirror that is useful to dip with us is the left-hand side, or the passenger mirror. So in order to dip the mirror, all you have to do is put the car in reverse gear and adjust this toggle to the passenger side or the left-hand side mirror. Now, when it goes into this setting, it will automatically dip the mirror, but it will actually stay dipped even if you do put the car into park or put it into drive again. So to undip the mirror, all you have to do is switch the toggle back to the center or the 0 option, and then that will undip the mirror. So the last thing that I wanted to show you was just in regards to the wipers on the front of the car. Now, there is actually a maintenance position that you can put the wipers in so that they stay up. Now, this is particularly useful if you're going to wash the car and you want to be able to clean underneath where the wipers sit, or if you need to change the wiper blades yourself. Now, to put the wipers in the maintenance position, you have to click the car on without putting your foot on the brake so that it just goes into the accessory function, and then click it again so that it turns it off, and hold down on the right-hand stalk, and that will put the wipers in the maintenance position. You can now pull the wipers off the window, and there'll be room for you to be able to do that, change the wipers, or you can wash the front windscreen without the wipers being in place. To put the wipers back down, you just have to press the start button. That'll put the car into the accessory option, and just hold the exact same stalk down, and the wipers will do one wipe, but then they'll sit back in their original position.